Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, before we get started, if you could give me a like, share, thumbs up, comment, and don't forget the subscribe and notification buttons, I would appreciate it. Happy Sunday, everyone. How are we doing today? I hope everybody's having a great and safe weekend, and hopefully you did something fun. We're supposed to be getting some beautiful weather today, so hopefully that pans out and we can all go outside and get some fresh air. So grab your sugar with a little bit of tea or your coffee or your morning snack, whatever you're on right now. We're going to do a little bit of self-care Sunday. And I thought that would be good to start off the week. And we're still in self-care awareness month. So we might as well keep up that trend. So the quote for today, things that can be equally true. You can be resilient and need a break. You can give it your all and still need to back out. You are independent and still need others. You were sure and things still changed. You are kind and yet have boundaries. Others have it worse and your pain is still valid. You did your best and now you know more. So I thought that was pretty good, that, just a little bit of a teaching thing. We can be two things at once. And if you're one thing, it doesn't necessarily mean, you're strong or you're weak. It's not a black and white thing. There's always that gray area and there's always that in between area. Sometimes we need that in between area. So I wanted to go on. I don't know. This is something that I Googled, and it was a pretty good list because, when I think about self care and everything else, and I do have to tell you that I slept much better than I did the past 2 nights. So that was well needed. When we think of self care, we think of shutting down and resting and, maybe doing a pamper session one night or, doing your own thing. And for a lot of people, self-care looks very different, and that's okay. But sometimes when we think of self-care, we think that we're stingy or that we're lazy, or maybe we just don't know what to do. So I figured, let me look it up and see if there's any tips or suggestions out there. I kind of get in the same boat. There's a lot of things I like to do, but then, it just gets to the point. It's like, do I feel like doing this? Do I feel like doing that? So I thought this would be just some suggestions that might be helpful, that if you're looking for something different to do, that might be calming to you, then we reached our goal for today, right? Number one, listen to a podcast just like you're doing now. Relax and escape by listening to your favorite podcast or exploring a new one on a topic that interests you. This idea is easy to incorporate into your daily life, since you can listen even if you're commuting, exercising, or doing household chores. And that's why I think it's so cool that anybody can make a video, right? And they can put that video together perfectly and everything else. Me, I don't want my face up there. This is a listening thing, and you can do it while you're cooking or driving or whatever, and you don't have to focus on the video. Second one is do a crossword puzzle or brain teaser. Keep your mind active, alert, and focused by taking some quiet time to work on a crossword puzzle or brain teaser. Despite the mental effort involved, many people find puzzle solving to be relaxing and meditative. Number 3, take a leisurely bike ride. The benefits of going for a bike ride are numerous. Not only does this cardiovascular activity improve heart health and boost circulation, but it also exposes you to fresh air and nature, contributing to an overall sense of well-being. Do some coloring. Coloring isn't just for kids. This This meditative activity encourages mindfulness, creativity, and self-expression. The repetitive and rhythmic nature of coloring also has a calming effect on the nervous system, helping to lower stress levels. I've actually heard this at, excuse me, different rehab facilities, whether you're talking about um, mental health or addiction or something like that. Um, they do a lot of coloring, and I've also heard that it's calming. I personally have never tried it, let it be for the record. Try aromatherapy. This is mine. So, essential oils like lavender or chamomile are known for their calming properties. I actually like, I have a diffuser, and what I have in now is lemon and orange. I really like the citrus ones. They get you going and they're invigorating, whereas like the perfumey and the flowery, I have to watch with that because they're very headachy. I feel they're very overwhelming. The one thing that I did notice, essential oils are way different than you know when it's cheap and when it's not. Let's just put it that way. I'll just keep it there. Um, but yeah, so I actually like the citrus, and that's what I have in now. And my diffuser is going, and it smells pretty fresh in here, so I'm happy about that. Number 6, have a dance party at home. If you're feeling lethargic, a dance party can serve as a natural energizer. Invigorate both your body and mind by dancing like no one's watching, even if it's only for a few minutes. I don't know about you guys, I've said it before. The shower is my concert, so even though it's just me and the cat here, I could have a dance party, but yeah, no. Send a thank you card. Next time you need to pick me up, try getting grateful. Writing a thank you card to a friend or family member will allow you to reflect on positive aspects in your life, fostering an appreciative and optimistic mindset. And, I think that's another thing that we forget about too is everybody, because of technology, it's easy to text somebody, hey, thank you. It's easy to, send a 2-second email or whatever, and, thanks and da da da. But when you sit down to actually write a letter, that's you taking time out of your busy schedule. And it's very rare that we get a letter in the mail anymore. So I think that's actually a very cool idea. Book a massage. Few things are more relaxing than a good massage. It helps relax muscles and release tension, promoting the release of endorphins. It can even help improve your sleep. A great friend of mine is a massage therapist, and I am so due to see her. So if you're listening, I will be calling you shortly, and you're not going to be happy with my back. Just saying. The next one, create a positive affirmations list. Create a list of positive affirmations and repeat them regularly to help shift your thought patterns towards more constructive and empowering perspectives. It may seem like a simple step, but it can be very impactful. And that's a really cool idea. That would be nice for the first thing that you see when you wake up would be something positive. Even when you roll out of bed and maybe you already know it's going to be one of those days, but I don't know, might be something to look into. Go to bed early. Getting a good night's sleep can do wonders for your overall health and well being. Tuck yourself in at a reasonable hour to maximize the restoration and recovery that occurs during the early stages of sleep. I can't comment on this one because I'm having trouble sleeping. I always have, though, but past few days have really sucked. Although last night wasn't too bad. Um, but if you can get to bed early, go ahead. Next one, I say it all the time, unplug from technology. Constant exposure to notifications, emails, and social media can be very stressful for the mind. Unplug for an hour or more to give yourself a much needed break from technology. And one of the things that I like to do on a Sunday, um, that's my rest day. And I talked about it before how, my mom takes her Sundays that's her day of rest. It's also mine. So it would be a pretty cool idea. If you're going to do that, do it on the weekend. I realize that during the week we get busy with work and everything else. And then on the weekend, we're trying to get caught up on what we missed on social media and everything else. But um, on the days that you don't work, even if it's not a weekend, try to limit yourself to your phone. There's more to life than your phone. Um, Call a friend or family member. A simple phone call with a friend or family member can go a long way towards lifting your mood. It also strengthens your bond with them and can make you both feel closer to each other. Again, we're so used to sending a text. Make the phone call. Soak up some sunlight. Need a simple self-care activity? Head outdoors and spend some time soaking up the sun. Not only does sunlight boost your mood by stimulating the production of serotonin, but it also is a natural source of vitamin D, which can boost your immune system and mood. Me and a friend were actually just talking about this the other day, and um, I've heard from numerous people, I don't know how true it is, but I don't think it would hurt to try. Um, Go outside without shoes. So, in other words, you're walking in the grass bare feet or whatever, and it kind of balances your body and you get back to one with nature and earth and things like that. Does it work? I don't know. Do we really have anything to lose by trying? We don't. So we might as well give it a try, right? And see how we feel afterwards. Take a yoga class. Yoga offers a holistic approach to self care by addressing physical, mental, and emotional aspects of well being. I always wanted to do this, but I think I would have to start with a very, very, very beginner. I'd have to go with like little babies where they're just stretching their little legs out. That would be me. Just stretch my legs out. I'm good. Get outside. There's no doubt that spending time in green spaces is good for you. Multiple studies have shown that along with boosting mood and improving memory, getting into the great outdoors can even reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease by lowering stress, heart rates, and muscle tension. The practice of submerging oneself in nature is so important that the Japanese even have a term for it. It's called forest bathing. Well, that's pretty cool. Love your pet. If you don't have a dog or pet, you might think about getting one. Pets give back to us as much as we give to them, And it said owning a fur baby can decrease everything from blood pressure, cholesterol levels, triglyceride levels, to feelings of loneliness, anxiety, symptoms of PTSD. Um, meditation. Meditation, which is the age old act of clearing your mind with the goal of achieving inner peace, has so many health benefits, it's difficult to list them all. While it takes some practice to achieve, meditation usually involves focusing your attention and relaxing your breathing. Classes, apps, videos, and more are available to help newbies get going, but you can always start by taking some time every day to simply inhale and exhale slowly and deeply. Before you know it, you'll feel the stress of the day melting away. So, I don't know if I could do this because I don't know if I could focus on breathing. Um, and the reason I say that, if I'm in pain, I hold my breath. I have a hard time with a normal breath. So that's actually a hard thing for me. I don't know. I would try it though. Whip up your favorite meal. It doesn't matter what it is, mac and cheese, prime rib, or anything else. Um, your favorite meal is a great way to raise your spirits. And if you don't feel like making the feast for yourself, go ahead and splurge and order in or go out. Grab a nap. Naps can feel like a luxury, but why should they? Getting enough sleep is one of the most important things we can do for our health, and naps in particular can help fight fatigue and aid in relaxation. If you want to nap like a champ, keep the room dark and the temperature cool, and soon you'll be nodding out like a baby. And we just talked about this the other day, and this morning actually. Uh, excuse me. Take the nap. Give yourself that time. The next one is volunteer. It's no surprise that doing good helps you feel good. In older adults, giving back has been shown to help keep minds sharper longer, but even younger people can benefit from the increased socialization and physical activity volunteering offers. You can mentor a child, spend some time with seniors, clean up litter, and help out at animal shelters. Next one is crack open a book. I've been wanting to do this for how long, and I keep saying it. One of these days, seriously, I'm going to start reading my book that I want to read. But it says reading turns out is a powerful tool in the fight to not only live longer, but live better. They believe that activity of reading can actually help prevent cognitive decline. If you are the sociable type, it doesn't have to be a solo pursuit either. You can join a book club and expand your social circle as you expand your mind. Drink water. I am so guilty because I don't drink water. I don't like it. But our bodies are made up of between 50 and 70% of water, and keeping it replenished is crucial to be effective and eliminate waste removal, joint lubrication, and even temperature regulation. Women need about 11.58 ounce cups of fluid a day to stay adequately hydrated. I was going to say hibernated. Ugh. So make sure you're sipping on water throughout the day. Take a bath. Whether you add bubbles, light candles, play music, or pour a glass of wine, bath time is all about relaxing and rejuvenating. Submerging yourself into warm water has also shown to improve blood sugar control, lower blood pressure, burn calories, and even aid breathing. And of course, a hot bath with Epsom salt soothes an achy muscle. Clear that clutter. This activity might seem like a chore, but because a messy environment often creates stress, it just stands to reason that cleaning up our clutter will make us happier and even healthier. Start small by decluttering a drawer or shelf so you don't get overwhelmed. Before you know it, your home will be tidier and you'll feel a satisfying sense of accomplishment. I actually did some of this in the winter. It was my winter project. I wanted to get it done the past few winters, and that didn't happen. Um, it's so freeing. And I have a lot more to clean out, but it's so freeing just to get rid of stuff. Just to get those garbage bags out of here and know that um, there's a little bit more room anyway, even though a lot of it you can't see. If it was a drawer or whatever, I knew it though, and that's all that mattered. Buddy up. Friends make tough times easier and the good times even better. So, no matter how busy life gets, make sure to make time for your ride or dies. You'll feel happier, less stressed, more self confident, and you might even live longer. If you need to expand your social circle, try joining a club, taking a class, volunteering. You can also introduce yourself to neighbors or church or something like that. Be thankful. There's an old adage that gratitude is the attitude. And if you're looking to feel happier, handle adversity better, and build healthier relationships, counting your blessings manifest those benefits. The practice can even lead to improved physical well being. The next time you have a little free time, try writing in a gratitude journal or even sending a note to someone you appreciate. Chances are you'll be thankful that you did. A sip of tea. I already have that down, so I'm already, ahead of the game for today. You know that yummy cup of tea that feels so cozy on a cold day? It's actually good for you by fending off heart disease, cancer, inflammation, and other health issues. Plus, there's something super soothing about the actual act of making and drinking the brew. I'm thinking, though, you're supposed to have more tea than sugar, where I have more sugar than tea, but that's okay. Write in a journal. Next one is give yourself a mani pedi. When you look better, you feel better. You don't have to head to the salon. If cost is a concern, you can always give yourself an at-home mani pedi. And I do actually have a story for you. When I worked the one place I did, Monday through Thursday, we had a dress up. Friday was a dress down day where we could wear jeans and things like that. But during the week, we did have to dress up. We could wear dress pants. It didn't have to be like a dress or whatever. Um, but it was actually my boss's boss, and she would show up every now and then. A very nice person. But there were times that she would come in and, I mean, she was like, it almost looked like a church dress. She was dressed to the hills, and that was not like her. And the one time we all got talking, and she said, she said, when you're having a really bad day, or you're just not feeling it for that day, and you'd rather just go back to sleep, she's like, those are the days that I dress up. When I look better, I feel better. And she was going through a rough time in her life with her, I believe it was her grandson. She was trying to get custody, or I don't know if it was a grandson, but somebody close to her, and there was a custody dispute and things like that. It wasn't in a good way. But anyway, that was some really good advice that she gave. And it's true, you look better and you feel better. Next thing is listen to music. And I think this one speaks for itself. music can change our mindset in just a few tunes. We don't even have to listen to the whole music or the whole song. Start moving. No matter what you do, whether it be walking, lifting weights, riding bike, taking an aerobics class, or pretty much anything else, exercise is the key to increase wellness. Physical activity is associated with stronger bones and muscles, a better functioning brain, and reduced stress and incidences of diseases. It even helps with depression and anxiety. So if you're having a bad time or trying to get off the couch, and get moving. Weighted blankets. Um, they are actually good for anxiety, and I don't like them because they're almost too heavy on me. I don't like that tight feeling, but a lot of people do great with them, and it really helps their anxiety. Making the bed. Speaking of blankets, making your bed is one way to get your day started off right. Much like clearing clutter, it's not only pleasing because your environment immediately looks tidier, but also because it can give you a nice sense of accomplishment. Dig in the dirt. You don't have to be a pro gardener to reap the benefits of getting your hands dirty. Even beginning gardeners may see their moods improving and their stress levels plummeting once they begin digging and planting. Laugh it up. Laughter is a good medicine. And that's true. Um, we're just going to go over a few of these. These are actually really good. Um, and they're easy to do. It's not complicated. And it doesn't cost you anything to do these things. Everything can be done at home. Um, Detox from social media. Social media can be a powerful tool to help us and get us connected to friends and family, but the constant use of social media sites can also um, have links to depression and anxiety. Try taking a break from social media for a few hours a day or a weekend. Then think about disconnecting from folks who don't make you feel good. Toxic people should have no room in our lives, even if it's not in person. And go for a drive. Driving can be incredibly relaxing, especially on roads with lovely scenery, when you don't need to go anywhere by a certain time. While gas prices might be high right now, a short trip shouldn't break the bank if you have fuel sufficient vehicle. Pick a town nearby and just pick a direction with no destination in mind and hit the highway. Stretching. And I always have to do this because I have to do my beginner courses of everything. So stretching is actually what I'm on now. But it's good for improving circulation, flexibility, and posture while relieving stress too. Um, you can go slow, and it's not something that you have to get out of control with. Read inspirational quotes. We do that. And the last one, cry it out. It seems that people cry a lot. In fact, researchers have discovered women cry on an average of 3.5 times a month, with men getting weepy nearly 2 times monthly. Crying is actually good for you, relieving emotional pain and stress, which is a whole lot healthier than keeping all that angst bottled up inside. It even releases helpful brain chemicals like oxytocin, and dopamine, which is no doubt why a good cry can feel so amazing. I know I said that last one was it, but some of these are actually really good. I'm just going to blow through them. Give yourself a facial. Um, Even if you keep your skincare routine simple, that doesn't mean that every now and then you shouldn't indulge in a facial. Um, you can try at home treatment. It doesn't have to be at a salon or anything like that, or anything that costs a lot of money. So there's tons of things out there that we can do for ourselves. And um, I'm always that person too. I don't know about you guys. I'm always that person. It's like I could do this, I could do that. But then that's so most overwhelming. I'm telling you, midlife brain, guys, I swear. Um, but anyway, going into next week, I think, maybe, not sure, we actually might go into our regular podcast. The Lindsay Clancy trial, I think that's coming to an end. That should be done this week, and we'll see what happens with the jury. But I think the testimony is scheduled to wrap up tomorrow. And then we'll be free to do our regular pods. So I'm looking forward to getting back to that. And I have some controversial topics that I want to talk about. I wanted to do that before and I just didn't get that far. So we will get there. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great weekend, everybody. And don't forget to relax, take care of you today. Don't overdo it, because we know tomorrow's Monday morning and we start over with our Advil, our chapstick. You know how it goes. You have your purse Advil and your car Advil. You have your purse chapstick and your car chapstick. Yeah, that's tomorrow already. All right. We'll talk soon, guys. Have a great one. Bye.